Traveling alone provides personal freedom, growth, and self-care. But traveling with a family heals the heart and promotes a longer life. Welcome to Season 2 of Can We Chat? This podcast was sponsored by Viking Speed Sauce. For your gun, goes on dry, silky sliding, insane performance. Available on our website, speedkingsteam.com, and at the LAX store in Huntington Beach. Try a dab for yourself. What turns you on? What is going on? My name is Paul G., Chief Safety Officer for the IDPA. This channel will help you simplify IDPA rules, shooting techniques, and inform you of the newest gear and what's going on in the shooting community. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Please welcome to the podcast my wife, dear friend, Gail G. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we are stepping out of the box today and discussing what it's like to travel, especially with loved ones, buddies, partners, and so forth. I would have to say that this was a whirlwind. We went to Idaho State Championship, IDPA Championship. This was your first time taking a look at a match, right? Behind the scenes, at least, right?
First time ever seeing what a stage is.
Oh,
or like
right.
Where you shoot.
That's right. So we went out to Napa. Well, actually, we went through 4 states, correct? So California, Nevada,
Idaho, and Bend.
and then Bent, and then back into California. It was a multiple task trip, I would have to say, right? So we took a look. We were looking for actually sightseeing for possible new home property or and so forth.
I would say just to check out what the area is like.
Okay, fair enough. So what state did you enjoy the most?
Oregon, Bend. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Trees, places to eat, places to drink.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So what made it gorgeous?
All the green.
Okay, so luscious.
5 minutes from being out where no one is.
Yes.
And then walking on paseos, riding bikes, the river right there.
So you like an active lifestyle, at least?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to get up every morning, walk out the door, and be able to be on a paseo and either walk or ride a bike.
So they had this river. Was it a river or man-made? Or
I think it's either Schultz or DeSchultz.
Okay. So it ran
River?
right through the middle of the town, Bend, right?
Yes.
And they did some river surfing, which I was pretty impressed with, kayaking and so forth. It's very big there. And a lot of people were riding.
Bike riding's huge.
Mountain bikes everywhere.
But it's one of those communities where you can ride your bike almost everywhere, like to eat, to restaurants.
Right.
And then you see the guys riding up the hills, just going straight up that mountain. That's a whole beast in its own.
Right. Both mountain bikes as well as road bikes.
Yes.
And I thought that was brutal. So the funny thing is it actually rained every day. But it was just for a short period of time.
It didn't rain. It poured.
Okay. 4 o'clock.
Poured.
It was like an alarm clock, right? So I thought that was kind of fascinating. We went to a couple breweries, or one brewery, and sat outside, and we got to enjoy that stuff.
And ate schnitzel. That was like the best thing ever.
You never had schnitzel before?
I don't know. It's kind of like a fried chicken sandwich with coleslaw on top.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing like Wiener Schnitzel
It was
here.
delicious.
Right?
Or I was really hungry. One of the two.
One of the two. So let's get back to the Idaho State Championship. We have a couple things that might help out if you're traveling with your family or just traveling with your buddy or your teammates. These tips, traveling tips we have. I noticed that we attempted to drive this time and we didn't get on a plane, we wanted to see, experience the driving thing. I would have to say the biggest traveling tip itself was fuel economy. Get a vehicle that actually is really good with fuel economy. Would you prefer a bigger vehicle or the Maverick that we tried this time?
No, I thought the Maverick was perfect. Perfect size.
Right.
But, I mean, if we weren't taking all the shooting gear,
Yeah.
there would have been ample, more than enough room.
We were humping two competitors, their gear in the vehicle, and I'd say we probably were just about full.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
no
the
more.
dog had its little
Right.
cubby space that he was able to fit in, but
Right.
never sat in.
Yeah. And then, well, the back, the payload, right? The bed actually worked out quite well. So carried all the other stuff.
And since we had the cover, we could keep everything locked up inside the
Tonneau
truck.
cover, yeah, that definitely was a plus too. Make sure everything was hidden and secured. And yeah, the gas prices throughout the country was you can definitely tell where you were by just the cost of the gas, right? So Nevada was, I would have to say, it was just okay, right?
Well, we kind of knew what to expect in Vegas.
Yeah.
But then we stopped in Wells next, and that was really desolate, isolated.
It was definitely in the middle.
Just a little trucker stop town.
Yes.
But it was kind of nice. It was like when we looked out our window and we just saw that pasture and with cows, and
Right.
that was kind of cool.
I think the more expensive it got was the more the higher populated cities is aside from when we got to Idaho. Thank goodness for Idaho.
Well, we lucked out in Idaho. We got the great what is it called? VRBO
right.
place, and 10 minutes from the range, and I think that worked out amazing.
Which brings us to our next thing. The next tip was lodging. I thought the most important thing was location, and you definitely found that. How did you find that?
Well, it took many hours of searching and looking at the map and trying to figure out how close it was, because they don't give you the addresses when you're first looking
Right.
for the room, for the house.
Right.
And then find pet friendly. And finally, I just pulled the trigger, and thank goodness when I put the address in and put the range in, it was 10 minutes.
Right. So we stayed in Nampa, which was right down the street.
Yes.
Literally 10 minutes down the street. I thought, so when I came out, and if I got dehydrated a little bit and the heat was getting to me, and it was a godsend that all I had to do was text, and you were there within 10 minutes. And I thought that was kind of cool. So
Yeah, because I think if it was further,
yes,
maybe 45 minutes, then you would have had to take the car, we would have just had to really plan
Right.
when I'm going to come get you and things like that.
Right.
With us being so close, I can get up in the morning, drop you off. If I want to come back to sleep, I could come back to sleep, or I can, for some reason, everything was on that street. I drove 2 miles to get a Starbucks, go to Walgreens, go to Albertsons. So it was really convenient. It worked out well. And I think location, if like we're traveling together for a match like that, is important.
Yeah, I mean, because I didn't want to leave you without a car. That would be brutal. But I wanted to allow you an opportunity to actually see Nampa and the surrounding areas and so forth. And what did you think about Nampa?
It's flat. It's really flat. The people were really nice. Traffic runs fast. Like that road we were off of.
Right.
It was, you had to get used to that. Like just
The
hit
highway.
it and go.
Yeah.
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 And then when turns came up, you need to like and make your turn. But I think you get used to that. I think you get used to and we just experienced the one major highway,
Right.
Where we were so close. We were close to downtown Napa. We were close to, I was able to go out to a lake. Everything was really convenient.
Everything was all around and so
Yeah.
forth. So that sounds great. The match preparation, as far as the day of the match and so forth, you allowed me a lot of space to gather my thoughts and so forth, and I really appreciate you doing that. I didn't have the best match, but the thing was that you were there, the family was there to lean on and so forth, and that seemed to make the recovery a lot faster for me, which I was grateful for. Thank you very much for doing that. So if you're out in the match, your ultimate goal is to have a witness to your achievements, and that helps to build confidence and so forth. And well, I didn't win very much of anything, but there was just a lot of, it was definitely a learning experience for me as far as the match is concerned. And we actually had a dog pass, so we had to put our oldest dog down, and that added to the stress and so forth. So we did some videos on Instagram and so forth. If you are a big Instagram person, we have a channel, Speed Kings Shooting. Take a look at our brief memories, tributes to our past dog and the family trip and so forth. And we went through multiple states, 4 states, to take a look and so forth.
Well, definitely a different trip without 2 dogs and going with one. But the thing is, the one that came with us is the psycho dog. The other dog was chill and relaxed and a great traveler, but this one is panting and walking and just can't relax. So I probably would spend more time maybe watching you at the range and seeing you shoot. But with that dog, you know, the loud percussions and him being around a lot of people, moving around quickly, he's better like where it's more calm. And so maybe next time I'll be able to watch.
I hope so. It was, well, I had to work as well. I definitely wanted to show you that part of it. That would have been hilarious.
Well, because I'm the supportive, rah wife, I've never seen you shoot before.
That's the strangest thing.
kind of. So I hear about it and I see it in my mind, but I've never experienced it.
But you know, just traveling and so forth. What was your thoughts on just traveling? Was it a trip well spent as far as your time's concerned, or were you bored all the time? Or
it was a good experience, but my butt hurt because we were in the car. It feels like we were in the car a lot.
Yeah.
So traveling from A to B, plus with a dog, you're adding on probably another extra hour-ish because you need to stop. Well, at least with our dog, we need to stop because he needs to stretch his legs and go to the bathroom and relax. But other than that, I think I'm more of a traveler that likes to go to a destination and then just explore versus trying to hurry up and get through everything.
Right. Well, definitely when we got to Idaho, we didn't have the time to do much of anything as far as that's concerned, and I apologize for that. But I mean, was it worth the time and so forth? What did you think about Idaho?
It was worth the time because I actually had one day.
Yeah.
I got up and I looked at what was around the area, and there was a lake. So it was, I don't know, 5 minutes from the house. I drove out there. I made sure I read about it because they said don't go in the water because there's amoebas or moss or I don't know, something that could be deadly for pets and harmful to humans. So we just stayed on the hiking trail of it, and we walked around. It was raining, but it was kind of like a nice, cool rain because it was a little warm.
Yeah.
And then I saw a sign that said new houses. So of course I had to go into the area and check out the houses, and and they had a really cool system in there. You just put an app on your phone. It allowed you to get into the houses. And I was able to go look at some houses in the area.
Right.
You kind of get an idea of what you like, what you don't like. Do you want to live in a planned community? Would you rather
Right.
live somewhere where you have more space?
So do you think Idaho is more? I mean, it's progressive, really. I mean, it's really growing really fast. They have all these brand new stuff. Would you think about the houses there, the planned communities and so forth? Too close?
They were a little close together. I think a little bit more space would be nice. But if you're looking at that, you probably need to go into a more established area,
Right.
where the homes are on a property. And then at that point, you probably really need a realtor or somebody who knows the area,
Right.
to show you. Because we went into some new communities that they said are up and coming and growing.
Yeah.
And that's where we found our sourdough bread, best sourdough bread ever.
That was at Star. Was it Star or
I think Eagle.
Eagle? That's right. So we went to a planned community, the Eagle.
In Eagle,
right?
yeah.
And there was this family out there, a young lady out there with her daughter selling baked goods, sourdough. That's what I saw. I saw sourdough. I'm like, oh, no, we're going to have to stop on this one. But you got a loaf of bread and some cookies and so forth, right?
And that was the best sourdough bread I think I've ever had. It was
it's
delicious.
insane. It was insane. We didn't wait. So we were looking for lunch, and we decided just to stop by the store, get some cold cuts and stuff like that, and put it on the sourdough. And I would have to say, without mayonnaise or mustard or anything like that, that was insane.
Yeah, we stopped at a random park, had our lunch, and oh my gosh, they had those little water things going off. When is the last time in California you saw those water things going off in the park? And the kids
not with the
were
drought, yeah.
the kids were having a great time. It was such a great thing
It
to
was
see.
entertaining. So we just sat around. We had lunch, watched. It was a nice break. I enjoyed that hometown feeling
And green grass.
and green grass.
Oh my gosh, green grass everywhere.
Yeah, that was.
That was incredible.
So I would have to say that was one of my favorite. The houses. I didn't find a model that suit everything that I needed. I like the RV garage myself, so that was kind of cool. But we posted an Instagram of a walkthrough that we did that we were pretty impressed with. Right?
Yeah, it was perfect little size, not little size, but it was a perfect size and kind of a cool floor plan.
Yeah. But they were going like 4,200 square feet on I believe that's a 2-story, right?
No, smaller than that.
No, she said 42, or is it?
That was the really big one.
Oh,
the
right,
really
right,
big
right.
one.
That was a little bigger
yeah.
than, yeah.
I think we were looking at maybe it was between 2,000 square feet, something like that for the home.
Yeah. But all in all, it worked out pretty well. It seemed that it was pretty much a whirlwind type of situation, right?
Yes.
No sitting
down. It was a planned whirlwind. Because kind of, don't you feel like when you're traveling like that, even if you're going to a match or something like that, you're going so far, you got to see what's out there.
Oh, you have to.
And so even like when we were on our way up, we were kind of in a time constraint because you wanted to get there in time to kind of decompress before your match.
Which that didn't happen.
Right.
Because of the traveling. Yeah.
Yeah. And we probably should have left a day earlier. And maybe then we could have maybe pulled off on some of the side roads where you could be like, oh, let's go look there.
Yeah.
Or let's stop there. But instead, you're always trying to like, come on, it's already been 5 hours.
Yeah.
We need to kind of get to our destination.
You know, the saying, try to stop and smell the roses, right? Or the flowers and so forth. I truly, I'm a huge believer of that now. You got to take the time. Otherwise, you add to the stress. Add to the fatigue and so forth. And I think it's just more beneficial just to take your time. And,
I think Boost taught us that because he was the king of stop and smell the roses.
I thought it was just him just peeing, but he was fascinated with scents, right? Breathing and so forth. And that brings back really good memories and so forth. So
I think everybody needs to stop and smell the roses.
Right. So we were in Bend, Bend, Oregon, and after our well, we were just kind of adventuring each and every day, right, discovering things. And then halfway through it, we just sat there. We had another appointment that we had to make in Stockton, and which was 8 hours? Was that 8 hours?
It was 8 hours away. Yeah.
So I don't know if I had an 8-hour drive in me, but we just sat there, and finally we decided maybe we should just get up and go, right? And so we packed up and we took off halfway, and we ended up in Mount Shasta, stayed the night there. I was a little concerned.
Well, especially that first town we went through, right? We're like,
Right.
oh, I was going to pick this town. And we're like, oh, thank goodness I didn't.
If you guys had never been to Mount Shasta, the town, it's a small town. If you blink, you'll drive, you'll miss everything, right? But we had dinner there, Mexican food. It was quite good.
Stayed at a little 15-room motel.
Yep. This is the one that you park in front of the door and so forth.
It was awesome, right? You just park right there,
Right.
walk in your door, and it turned out to be a big room. It had a couch. It had a little refrigerator, microwave.
King size bed.
And it had its own little room.
I would have to say that bed was the most comfortable bed out of all the beds that I slept in all week. I was impressed with it. I was very comfortable, and the temperature was perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, because we were up, I believe, at altitude, and so it was a little cold.
And it was nice because we got there. We walked next door. We got Mexican food.
Right.
It turned out to be a good one.
Yeah, not too many people there, so I think that's just the trend, right? We just don't like a lot of people around us, right? Especially in the major cities. But we finally made it back. One of your coworkers' daughters now going to UOP, right? Correct.
Uh-huh.
And we went there. She is in the music department there, doing in the orchestra, strings, and she plays bass. So petite little girl, big, huge bass, and I was very impressed what level she's playing at right now. That was pretty entertaining. I'm glad you allowed me to take a look at that stuff.
Yeah, it was I'm glad. I'm so glad we made it there. I was getting a little like, are we gonna make it? But by us leaving a day early,
Right.
it allowed us to get there, unwind, get some dinner.
Yeah. So there was this a spaghetti joint. It's called Angelina's, right?
Yes.
And that's the only place that I know of in Stockton. So we went there, and and Gail was a little skeptical about this place, but they had a salad bar, right? So
The restaurant was fine.
yeah, it's just the neighborhood.
But once you got off that freeway,
Welcome back to LA, right?
wow, it was not too good. Not too good.
It's Stockton.
And we had Kukui with us,
Yes.
and he usually sits in the car with the windows cracked or windows down while we eat real quick.
Yeah.
But I was like, is it safe to leave him in the car?
Well, he was definitely pulling guard duty at that time. So
But it actually turned out okay.
yeah, it was nice.
It was, and the people in the restaurant were so hospitable, and
It was a mother-son team. They took care of us.
and we had. Well, he had roast beef spaghetti and ravioli.
So this is the reason why I remember this place, because this is the only place that I know of that has spaghetti ravioli. All right. First of all, the color it looked like chili, but it tasted like tomato, right? So I was a little concerned the first time I ate it. But the thing that I remember the most, it was the roast beef. They actually had sliced roast beef with this thing. Right, not steak, not chicken parm or anything like that, but roast beef. So, but I enjoyed it. So
Yeah, I had fettuccine Alfredo with roast beef, the salad bar, and the garlic bread's pretty good.
Okay.
It was, kind of heart attack good, but all in all, it was good. Actually, I enjoyed it. We brought the leftovers home, and I enjoyed it more after we got back from the concert. And
Yeah. Which worked out really well, because I was starving after the concert. So, what'd you think about the concert?
Amazing. These kids are amazing. It was, I'm serious. The first song they played, it was called Invincible Summer by Kenji Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And almost made me cry. It was just amazing. Honestly great.
College level. That was their first, right?
Yeah,
the
first concert.
Yeah.
I think she said they practiced like 3 days.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah. I wish they were close. I wish we were closer. I would go more and watch them.
Right.
It's a little drive.
Yeah. So we stayed the night in Stockton at the Hampton, and then the next morning we got up and we took off. For you, it was a quick ride. You said, right?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It felt like it was one of the less grueling days.
Yeah.
But for you, it was grueling.
For me, it was grueling. As soon as we got to Santa Clarita.
Well, because we hit all the traffic.
Yeah.
That was the first time we hit traffic the whole trip.
Yeah.
From Burbank in.
So we hit Santa Clarita around about 3:00, I believe. Was it 3:00? But it was full. It was a parking lot out there. It was crazy. The traffic, the drivers started to get extremely aggressive. And so I had to keep my eyes up throughout the whole time. And that just got grueling after a while. So, but we finally made it home after the traffic.
Woohoo!
Unloaded, and now the house is
full of crap.
Tornado, right? So, would you think about your overall thoughts of the trip and so forth? Would you do it again?
I think, as far as going with you shooting, like surrounding it by that, I always think trips are kind of cool when you put it around an event that you have to do.
Yeah.
Because I used to do that a lot with running.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But kind of sometimes your shooting events are in places. Because I'm kind of like a hotel snob, or a play like where we stay snob,
right.
And to stay close to where you're shooting, sometimes it's not real.
There's not a lot
of options,
lodging options, absolutely. But
this was nice.
The Airbnb is like right next door,
and so I think that plays a lot in us traveling for an event.
Okay.
And then when it's far, you need to make sure you leave enough days to get, because we learned this trip, right?
Yes.
Maybe leave 3 days before you need to get there, so you have 1 day to at least relax before the day of the shooting match.
You know, Tony Como did the drive in 1 day.
He's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, Tony.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you leave right in the middle of the night, there's no traffic out there. It's just driving. And I can see his point. But I've done that a couple of times, and I don't think that's safe for me. That's just brutal, right? So I don't know how he does it. Superman.
Yeah, for that long and just driving. And
it's a long drive. I don't even know if he takes breaks or not. He should, I hope.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah, so that's just insane. So if you're traveling alone, right, or with a travel buddy or with a family, these are your options and so forth. I would have to say traveling with the family is always a plus, because I can't do very much without the family. So
I think the difference is when you had to travel with the family, when you go on the fly. Like, you just drive until you get tired, and then you pull over and sleep. Versus with the family, it was all planned out. Like, I'm like, how many hours do you want to drive? And then we planned stops for each 5 hours, you would say.
Right.
And then we'd have a place to sleep that night, and then we'd move on to the next place. And so we figured out how far Idaho was and how many stops we would have to make to get there.
Yeah.
Without driving, an 8 to 10 hour day.
But without you, I don't think this would have went down as smooth as it did. So thank you very much for doing that. Thanks for joining me on this little excursion. I hope you had a good time. Your favorite dish?
That I ate?
Yeah.
The schnitzel. Oh, and the mayo. That Belgian mayo was really good.
That's different, definitely different. So your favorite state was Oregon, you said?
favorite state was Oregon.
All right.
Most beautiful was the Devil's Lake.
The Green Lake.
The Green Lake.
I'm still trying to figure out why that lake is green. I mean, it's aqua. Excuse me. It was an aqua green,
It was
right?
beautiful though.
Yeah, and you can see to the bottom. It was nothing I've ever seen before. So that was pretty. And then your favorite accommodations?
Oh, probably Idaho.
Yeah.
Just because it was like
The house.
The house.
Okay.
Can I tell you the story about the Bend house?
Of course.
Oh, so you get there.
Okay.
It's an old, like a craftsman house, older. Walk in. It's freezing cold inside. So you're looking around. It's nice, and then you walk down the hallway and there's this stairway up, straight up. Walk up there. It's like kind of gets scary, right? You're like, what's up here? Look up there. They made a little nice room, and that was nice.
Yeah. It's like a loft.
Yeah.
But
and then I'm like, what does this door go to? So Paul goes down there. It's an attic. So he's like halfway down the attic. Boom! All the power goes out.
Yeah.
He's like, it's dark down here. But he had his headlamp on, thankfully.
Thank goodness for the headlamp. I love lights.
And was able to see. So we're like, oh my goodness. Where are we staying? No power. It's pouring rain. You're in a freezing house. Attic upstairs. Basement downstairs. I close all those doors. And then you look out the front window, and there's a mattress across the street. A mattress lying across the street. I'm like, oh my gosh. Where'd I pick?
It wasn't the best first impressions that I've ever seen.
So I'm like, are we going to even last 3 days here?
Yeah.
But the next day we got up. We went out, and beautiful.
Yeah.
So nice. And the house got warmer. We got more comfortable. The mattress was still there. But then the bucks.
So we were watching TV in the front window, and she had her back to the major or the main window. And I was looking, I'm like, honey, where's your phone? So, right? Maybe you should take a picture. And she was like, what are you talking about? I pointed. She turned around and looked, and there were two stags outside. Huge adolescents, right? And they were across the street.
They had the rack.
Yep.
It was just
5 points, right? They were looking at they were eating apples of the tree across the street. You don't just see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just walking down the street.
So, so my first impressions were definitely wrong of the neighborhood, right? So I thought it was a little sketchy, and you should probably be on guard. But that turned out to be an amazing place, right?
Yeah, it got more comfortable and I think warming up the house helped a lot.
Right. I think if you're looking to, we were considering moving out of California, so we were looking at properties and so forth. I think the best way of doing it is actually going out and staying in certain areas and experiencing.
Definitely you have to.
Yeah. So we just began our little look, right? So, but I thought that was kind of cool.
Unfortunately, we didn't win the 1.8 billion or whatever it was.
Yeah,
so we could go buy whatever house we wanted.
Yeah. And share it with our subscribers, of course, right? So, but a special shout out to our channel membership. This is your support, busy at work. Please consider being a part of our shooting community, building relationships around safe gun practice and IDPA competition. My name is Paul G, and this is
Gail G, otherwise known as Honey.
Please be safe, and we shall see you on the range. Like, share, subscribe.